So the following story takes place 2 days ago as I write this script. I'm honestly not sure how I managed to do it, but somehow I managed to flood my room. It was an ordinary Saturday morning. I was kind of in the foggy, just woke up kind of mood. I go to the bathroom to, use the bathroom. And as I flush the toilet, I think to myself, wait, isn't the water supposed to stop flowing? Panic sets in, and I'm suddenly wide awake. I attempt to throw anything in the immediate flood zone out of the way, such as laundry, don't judge, toilet paper, and the random cables that were hanging around the doorway. I then moved over to my doorway in attempts to get upstairs to my parents for help because as a 15-year-old, I'm surprisingly terrible at solving this sort of situation. That was when I realized I couldn't open the door. Now allow me to explain to you a little bit of how my house works to help with context and stuff. As I mentioned in a previous video, my house is positioned on a hill, and the top floor is the main floor of the house. The bottom floor acts sort of as an apartment, but also as a basement. However, we've sectioned off the staircase that would allow it to function as a basement, so its primary purpose is to be my room. Also for storage. It seems like a new box filled with stuff I never even knew we had pops up every single week. But I'm getting sidetracked. I found out that I wasn't able to open the door to get outside, and I had one of those moments where I just go, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, am I going to drown? Is this some devious plot from the government to get rid of me? I promise I'm innocent. But then I realized that one of the pieces of laundry that I had precariously tossed back in efforts to spare it from the flood had gotten caught under the door and was preventing it from being opened. I'm such an idiot. I dash upstairs, keep in mind that it was like 7:30 in the morning, and I knocked first, but into my parents' room and say, hello, yes, we have a problem. The toilet flooded and I need help. They shrugged me off and told me to go get the plunger and a mop and go try and fix it on my own because it was a Saturday morning and they wanted to sleep in. So I grabbed the mop, plunger, and a few dirty towels to soak up the mess and go back downstairs to face the disaster that I'd inadvertently created. Luckily, the water had stopped flowing, but nearly half of the room was covered in water. I had made a good call in tossing anything in the direct radius of the flood to a further back location because the water stopped right before the pile of dirty laundry and the basket of clean. I toss a few towels down into the pool of water in an attempt to soak up some of the flood. I go over to the toilet and start unclogging it, and as I get done in an attempt to flush, I realize, holy crap, I made it worse. Not only did I manage to restart the flood, but it now went from covering around a third of the room to covering practically the entire room. You remember the stuff I said about storage and how a new box seems to appear every single week? Well, those got ruined. I also had quite a large pile of unsorted schoolwork that got destroyed. Honestly, I'm not that disappointed. Being the disaster of a problem solver that I am, I went back upstairs to get more help. My mom was still sleeping, but my dad had woken up and was willing to have a look at what was going on. He actually managed to clean up a lot of the water with a frickin' window squeegee. My mom practically had a mental breakdown at how awful us boys were at cleaning. She ended up cleaning the majority of the mess, to the point where it was cleaner than it was before the flood. Man, I should flood my room more often. At one point, my mom tried to show me how to turn off the water in case something like this were to happen again. In simple terms, I started the third flood. Moral of the story, moms are awesome. Enough said. Thankfully, we were able to turn off the water before it caused any serious damage. What made things worse was it was the same day that the electrician came. And on top of that, my little brother had a basketball game. Interesting start to the weekend, to say the least. Okay, bye.